Under privileges of the floor, Senator Hall.
Yes, for Mr. President, for introductions.
Please.
Privilege of the floor.
Please.
Yes, Mr. President and Senators, as chair of the California Legislative Black Caucus and as a proud member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, I am pleased to introduce my sorors, the sisters of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, who are visiting us here for their 17th annual AKA Day at the Capitol. I am joined on the Senate floor by the co-chairs of AKA Day at the Capitol, Patrice McKenzie and Leslie Tinson, as well as Dr. Barbara Denson Trotter, Ms. Amos Martin, Ms. Peebles, Ms. Gail Atlee, as well as many other proud AKA's sisters in the gallery. Since its founding, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority was founded in 1908 on the campus of Howard University and is the nation's first African-American sorority. Since its founding, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority has grown into a force of more than 283,000 collegiate members, alumni, constituting more than 993 chapters in 42 states, the District of Columbia, and internationally. Please join me in welcoming one of the greatest sororities on this side of heaven, the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority.
Welcome, Alpha Kappa Alpha. Senator Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I just wanted to stand and just say very briefly, I had the opportunity to address the Coalition of 100 Black Women this morning. I'm very proud to see the women of AKA here today and just share briefly what I said to the women of the Coalition of 100 Black Women. They are here. AKAs have also focused on a policy issue around human sex trafficking over the last several years. And I said to the women this morning, when we saw Beyonce at the Super Bowl tell the women to stand in formation, that I am challenging Black women's organization across this state to stand in formation around young Black girls who are being trafficked across the state. And I just wanted to say to both groups how proud I am as an African-American woman, the only one on the Senate floor, to see both groups here today focusing on public policies to improve the lives of young Black women across the state of California. So these two groups are going to stand in formation to protect young Black women, and I applaud you.
Thank you, Senator Mitchell. Senator Jackson, under privileges of the floor? Okay, all right. Sure. Members, we're now going to move to file item 48. Senator Roth, would you like to bring this forward? I am. Yes. Secretary, please read file item 48.
Senate Resolution 63 by Senator Roth relative to type 1 diabetes awareness.
Senator Roth.
Thank you, Mr. President, colleagues. Senate Resolution 63 is about diabetes, type 1 diabetes to be specific. And if you don't know, type 1 diabetes, if undiagnosed and untreated, kills. Type 1 diabetes is a chronic, life-threatening autoimmune disease for which there is currently no cure. It is a 24/7 disease that impacts all aspects of life. Despite common misconceptions to the contrary, unlike type 2 diabetes, diet and lifestyle are not causes of the disease, and it cannot be prevented. Type 1 diabetes is the third most common autoimmune disease found among children. Undiagnosed type 1 diabetes can result in diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA, a potentially fatal condition that develops from high blood glucose levels, This resolution strongly encourages the education of parents on the signs and symptoms of type 1 diabetes at all child care visits in an effort to prevent DKA. Education concerning type 1 diabetes is critical to raising awareness and diagnosing and treating this condition effectively. With the help of insulin therapy and other treatments, young children and adolescents can learn to manage their condition and live long, healthy lives. Senate Resolution 63 strongly encourages all healthcare practitioners with children under their care to discuss the warning signs and symptoms of type 1 diabetes with the parents or guardians of each child at least once annually at child care visits from birth to 5 years of age. Colleagues, I respectfully ask for your aye vote on this important resolution.
Thank you, sir. Senator Gaines, for what purpose do you rise?
To this issue, please.
Please proceed.
Thank you. I want to thank Senator Roth for bringing this resolution forward. That's so important, and I'm proud to rise in support. And I think what this is doing is it's shining a spotlight on an issue that is critical for California and for me personally. As you may know, I have a daughter who's type 1 diabetic, and I'm thankful that she's doing well and that we are making progress every day on ways to control this chronic condition. But I want to set our sights even higher. Last year, internet entrepreneur Sean Parker donated $10 million to create a type 1 diabetes center at UCSF, and I commend him for doing so. It was a tremendous gift, and his hope is that we find a cure within 5 years. The work they do could lead to breakthroughs in other areas that are related to autoimmune diseases. So when we take a look at rheumatoid arthritis or lupus or multiple sclerosis or psoriasis or Crohn's disease, and the list goes on, tackling the type 1 problem could unlock better health for millions of people worldwide. There are so many battles being fought in this war, and I'm hopeful that we are on the verge of finding a cure. Education is a key part of the fight, and I want to include type 2 diabetes because that is so chronic within our state. When we take a look at our children, and as many as 1 of 3 children within the state of California have signs of pre-diabetic nature, and that's very dangerous for our society. The Sacramento Bee just ran an article recently that talked about the type 2 issue also within adults, and it crosses all racial lines, all ethnic lines. So it's such a critical aspect. And then finally, I want to thank the science community and all the research that's being done. When we take a look at what Medtronics and Dexcom are doing, they've made my daughter her life much easier in terms of having a continuous glucose monitor that transmits data to my daughter's iWatch. And she got us on that one. She goes, "Dad, you got to buy me an iWatch." And I go, "Why would we do that?" And she goes, "Well, we can transfer data from my continuous glucose monitor to the watch and my iPhone." So we were just intrigued by the technology and thankful that that technology is there. We know that things are looking up, and we're hopeful for the future, but we have to keep our focus on it. So thank you, Senator Roth.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President, and I want to commend my colleague from Riverside County for bringing this forward. As a pharmacist for over 35 years, I've seen the progression of treatments for both type 1 diabetes and type 2. Type 1 is when your pancreas is no longer functioning. You can't make any insulin. And through the efforts of companies like Eli Lilly, they first came out with an insulin that was closely related to human insulin called pork insulin that allowed diabetics to lead a quality of life. Today, we have an exact copy of human insulin that is marketed by a number of different companies, and there's no reason that today that a person that is type 1 diabetic, we often call that juvenile onset diabetes, can live a normal life if they take care of themselves with insulin, with proper dieting. Keep in mind that diabetes mellitus still today is the #1 cause of blindness in the United States. It's the #1 cause of amputations in the United States, and yet we can control this. And then, of course, type 2 diabetes is an epidemic in this country, primarily because of childhood obesity. We're just creating too much work for the pancreas that just can't keep up. And if we can get our kids to exercise, get out from the video monitors for a while, and start eating right, we can cure this scourge that is going to create horrific modalities for our youngsters. And so, once again, thank you, Senator from Riverside, for bringing this forward.
Thank you. Senator Hueso.
Thank you, Madam President. As the Vice Chair of the Latino Caucus, I rise in support of this important resolution. The Latino community in particular, nationwide, of every member of the Latino community, 17% of the Latino community have diabetes in one form or another. It's one of the highest rates among ethnic groups in the nation. And I agree that more needs to be done to bring awareness to this scourge. As a son of a father who died of diabetes, I also had an aunt die of diabetes. I've seen many in my family be affected by this horrible disease, and many in my community be affected as well. I rise in support of this important resolution, encourage people to work with the community to bring awareness and to bring strategies to reduce these numbers. Thank you.
Senator Pan.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, stand in strong support of the resolution. I want to thank my good friend from Riverside for bringing this resolution forth. As a pediatrician, certainly I have taken care of children who have type 1 diabetes. I've actually diagnosed children with new onset type 1 diabetes. And I know that working with these families, and I know my good colleague from El Dorado, podium probably knows even better than I, how much it profoundly impacts not only the child, it's generally a child who has a diagnosis, but also the family as well. And in many cases, for many of these families, they need help from all of us here at the state. There may be families, because after all, the child is not only, of course, going to need medical care and through programs like we have for CCS, they also go to school and need help at school and may need special ed to do accommodations to ensure they can attend school. And they need other services as well. And so while we talk about the impact that type 1 diabetes has on families, we need to think about our duty and our responsibility here to ensure that those families have the supports they need. And I want to thank the members of the Select Committee on Children with Special Needs, because we're going to be looking at these issues. Because we know that there's many state agencies and local agencies that are involved in helping provide services and care to these children and their families. We need to think about how we coordinate care. And also, when we think about programs like CCS, California Children's Services, has been around for decades because our predecessors knew that they can't just be thrown in and lumped in with every other condition, with everyone else, that we actually need specialty services. We need to have the pediatric endocrinologists. And when we don't, and other support staff, the nutritionists and so forth, to keep them healthy. Because, as was mentioned earlier, yes, they're at higher risk of developing blindness, other types of conditions as well. And that's when a child can't have their sugar under good control. We have wonderful medications to help them with that. We have new technology that's going to help them with that. But in the end, if they can't get access to the care they need, then it may be sudden with DKA. It may be not so sudden as they develop neuropathy and blindness, other symptoms over time. So we need to be sure we do our job here at the state to be sure these children and their families have the help they need and to be sure that they can lead the full lives that they deserve. Thank you again to my good friend from Riverside for bringing this resolution.
Great. Thank you, Senator Pan. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Roth, would you like to close?
Colleagues, thank you for your support. Mr. President, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Great. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. De Leon. I. Fuller. I. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Wisso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth.
Aye.
I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Anderson, aye.
Secretary, please call for the absent members.
Allen, aye. Canella, aye. Lada, Runner.
Ayes 38, no 0. Resolution is adopted. Senator Roth,
Mr. President, privileges of the floor
please.
for purposes of introduction. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you 3 extraordinary women, Debbie George, Michelle Thornburg, and Robin Lopez. These amazing women founded EASE T1D. T1D stands for Type 1 Diabetes. EASE T1D is the joint effort of these remarkable mothers of children with Type 1 diabetes. Through over 25 years of combined experience, their organization has come to recognize areas of significant need and have joined forces to apply their knowledge and passion in the effort to ease Type 1 diabetes through education, awareness, support, and empowerment. These amazing ladies have witnessed the struggles that their children face on a day-to-day basis and have felt the fear that Type 1 diabetes instills in the family of a diagnosed child. These women have braved difficult conversations with doctors, nurses, teachers, and school staff on what Type 1 diabetes entails and have provided a better understanding of the disease to help ensure the safety of children throughout this state. Please help me in welcoming 3 outstanding women from the 31st Senate District and join me in presenting this resolution that brings awareness to Type 1 diabetes throughout this state.
Great. Welcome. Senator Jackson, for what purpose do you rise?
Under privileges of the floor by way of introduction and presentation of a resolution.
Yes, please.
Thank you. We're going to kind of switch gears a little bit. We're going to lower the age a little bit of people here, but no less recognize some extraordinary people who have and will do great things here in the state of California. It is my distinct pleasure to stand before you to present a resolution to an outstanding group of young thespians, also known as actors, here as part of the 19th Annual California Youth in Theater Day. As many of you know, tomorrow about 300 of these wonderful young people will be in the Capitol as part of this special day. This event and this organization was founded by a friend and a fellow thespian, much better at it than I, but since I'm standing here, I'm going to insist that I can characterize myself as such. Gay Jones, who is also from Ojai in my district, she had this vision and has brought together a group of young people. There have been, I think, several thousands who have participated to come to Sacramento to express their creativity in the arts, to make sure that we include arts and theater and creativity as a fundamental part of the education system here in California. You know, we call California the home to creativity, the home to the entertainment industry, the home to the visionary work that exists in theater and in art and in music. Well, if we don't have these people educated in this, if we don't have them given the opportunities to perform and participate and to find their genius in something perhaps not quite math or physics or one of those things, but actually in the spoken word, as many of these young people have found their passion and their vision. Tomorrow they will be participating in this event. We're going to sing There's No Business Like Show Business tomorrow morning on the steps at 9:15. If anyone wants to join us, I will be there. They promised that they would sing louder than I, and if you're worried about your voices, I know that they will outsing us with their youth, their vibrancy, their creativity, their lust for the joys of being the artists of the future. And with that, I'd like to ask you all to wish them a warm welcome as I present a resolution on behalf of the state of California and the Senate of our great state.
Welcome. Thank you, Senator Jackson. Pro Tem De Leon. Senator Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to ask for an unanimous consent to take up SCR 105 for concurrence without reference to file.
Okay, that is file item 61 in the supplemental file. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 105 by Senator Mendoza relative to Pakistani American Day.
Great. Senator Mendoza.
Thank you. Members, this resolution simply recognizes today, March the 23rd, as Pakistani Resolution Day. Here with me, I have some special guests. First, I would like to introduce to you our General Counsel from Pakistan, Abdul Jabbar Memon, and his wife, Sheila Memon. They are here visiting.
Welcome.
I want to take this moment to recognize this important day because the Pakistani community contributes a lot to the state of California. We've been hearing a lot of rhetoric on the national level, the misconceptions, a lot of inflammatory, derogatory statements that have been made, and I think it's an opportune time to really take a step back and really realize and recognize the strong community that the Pakistani community offers here in the state of California. 10% of all the trade between the United States and Pakistan is here from California. And they trade, and the trade and services that we provide and we have with them is in agricultural products, furniture, food, jewelry. In addition, we do have many Pakistani Americans who thrive in the industries of medicine, engineering, you're talking about technology, and for me, we brought forth many leaders from throughout our state. Many are up in the balcony as well. And for me, it's an honor to have them here. And I want to take a moment to introduce some of the leaders that are here in the back. I'll start, as you already know, we have our Consul General and his wife. We also have a Mayor Pro Tem from the city of Artesia, Mr. Ali Sajjad Taj. We have Adnan Khan, Nasir Javed, Farah Khan, Mariam Tariq, Cameron Malik, Shoaib Patel, Zora Patel, Azara Mirza, Waqar Khan, Samin Faruqi, Ruby Faruqi, and Azmi Gill. And again, I want to thank the visitors that are here in the gallery as well to help us recognize this very important day. I know we have to end the statement now with a vote, so I would like to just ask all the members to please help me recognize this important day and ask for your aye vote on this and concurrence on this matter. Thank you.
Great. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. I. Fuller. I. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Wesso. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. Leno. I. Leba. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, I. Anderson, I.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Hancock. I. Wessel. I. Lada. Nilsson. I. Runner.
The vote is 38-0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Wonderful. Pro Tem De Leon.
Yeah, Mr. President, we go back to motions and resolutions. Point of personal privilege, as always, is the tradition of the great Senate. I want to give a moment, an opportunity to the Consul General of the Republic of Pakistan, Abdul Jabbar Mahmood, if you could share a few words with
Yes.
us. So with us, colleagues, General Counsel of Pakistan, Mr. Abdul Jabbar Mahmood.
Chairman, State Senate, California, Senator Tony Mendoza, and respected senators, I'm extremely grateful and delighted today to be here to say a few words to respected members of the Senate, the state of California. The honor which you have given to us, declaring 23rd March as Pakistan Day, is a great privilege for us by Senate of California. It's in a way a recognition of the Pakistani diaspora, which is based in United States in general and California in particular. They are the engineers, doctors, IT professionals, entrepreneurs, dynamic and vibrant and progressive people of United States. This, I would say on this floor, that my Pakistan depicts to these people, these progressive Pakistani origin Americans are basically the clear picture of the Pakistan and progressive Pakistan. So we may be considered as a true democratic and liberal and moderate Pakistan while viewing Pakistani origin Americans here in the United States. Thank you very much. I'm grateful once again for being a providing.
Thank you, Consul General. Thank you, Senator Mendoza. We're now going to move to item 43. Senator Bell?